Hello there and welcome to the Star Wars Showcase YouTube channel. Today we are reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series General Hawk, which I know is a little bit of changing of gears for this channel, but because Hasbro has not released any Black Series products lately, I wanted to share some thoughts and impressions from a Star Wars fan's perspective of these G.I. Joe Classified figures. And so General Hawk here is one of the more recent, it's been out for a couple of months now, releases, but one that I think is really cool and in some ways puts the Black Series to shame. And so when we pull up our General Hawk figure, the first thing to notice is the pistol that I have loaded him up with is actually another one from my collection. He comes with two different pistols than this. Now, both of these are fine, they fit well in his holsters, but I prefer the Colt 1911 that I had him loaded up with. So I just wanted to call that out so there was no confusion with this particular figure. But Hawk here does come loaded out with accessories, unlike many of our Black Series figures. He's got two pairs of goggles here. This first one fits comfortably over his head, or it can be worn over his eyes. And the second pair actually fits over the top of the helmet that he comes with. So you've got a couple of different options for looks with him there. Those goggles can also be squeezed over the top of his head and fit around his neck if you're going for that sort of look as well. And so as a Black Series fan where we don't get a lot of extra accessories like that, really cool to see some stuff like this. Hawk also comes loaded out with this, I believe, grenade launcher, as well as an additional shotgun here. So you've got, again, two pistols, a shotgun, and a grenade launcher on a single $25 figure. So for those who are long-standing G.I. Joe fans, I know that feels like the norm, but for me, that's really cool coming from the Black Series. We've also got some really great details. He's got some different patches on his shoulders there, some nice detail for the different metals and elements on his chest there, as well as this really awesome holster that he's got here. And so, again, I think for Hasbro to release figures like it does through the G.I. Joe Classified line, which I think is its very best line, better than the Black Series, Vintage Collection, Marvel Legends, it's hard not to be jealous seeing all of the love and attention, you know, great details throughout, really great articulation, all kinds of extra accessories coming at the same price point for other Star Wars figures that I think don't always necessarily compare. That doesn't mean I think it's better, as I think, you know, our Glavis Ringworld Mandalorian, one of our more recent releases, is an outstanding figure, but comparing these to the baseline, I think with G.I. Joe, you're seeing more bang for your buck for sure. I think that really boils down to the fact that Hasbro owns the G.I. Joe license, and so it's the same price point, but it doesn't cost as much to make, so that they're able to squeeze a little bit more in. But that doesn't make it hurt any less, you know. So I gotta say, as a new G.I. Joe collector, having just kind of watched from the fringes for a while, seeing fantastic figures like this come together is really awesome. I'm going to be collecting a couple of these here and there, and we'll be sure to share some more thoughts. As you know, when you load this guy up with all of the goggles, all of these weapons, I think this is really as good as Hasbro can do, and I think this, you know, at this price point is really, really solid. So count me a new G.I. Joe fan here. I definitely think it's fantastic to see a line like this do so very well, and I will certainly be posting some more reviews here in the coming days. So let me know down below if you agree with some of these sentiments here, if you are a Black Series collector, if you've got any thoughts or questions about G.I. Joes. I'd love to get a little bit more conversation, you know, between these two different lines going. But please make sure to check out some of the other videos on this channel if you enjoyed some of the initial thoughts and impressions here. We've got plenty of other reviews of other Hasbro products, including the Black Series, as well as our Indiana Jones Adventure Series line.